Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you like puzzles or if you'd like to see me struggle to solve one and have a laugh at my expense, then you're at the right address, so please like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be trying my hand at Sinking City by MonkeyApprentice. If you'd like to give it a go, there will be a link in the description below. If you do, please let me know how you fared and what you thought of it. Right, let's read the rules. Every row, column and box must contain the digits 0 to 8. 0 to 8. Not 1 to 9, 0 to 8. Digits in the grid represent the heights of skyscrapers. The reason I read this 3 times is not because I thought you wouldn't understand it the first time. It's that I would like to remember it, and I'm sure I'm going to forget it 10 times during the video. So digits in the grid represent the heights of skyscrapers. Clues outside the grid indicate how many skyscrapers are visible in the direction of the clue in its row column, where taller skyscrapers obscure shorter ones. Right, so if we were looking from here, each skyscraper has the same height as the digit. So this would be a one-story skyscraper building. This would be 2, this would be 3. So if you were looking from this direction, you would see the first floor of the first skyscraper. You would see the second floor that's not obscured by the first floor here, right? Because they all have floors of the same height. And then you would see the third floor here. So you've already seen 3. Now if this is 8, you would see 1, 2, 3, 4 skyscrapers looking from this direction. So this would be 4. And you wouldn't see anything after this because all of them are going to be less than 8 and they will be hidden behind that huge skyscraper here. Right. Well, that's going to be the theme, so we're going to have to do this multiple times. If it's not clear now, it will definitely become clear. There are 9 cells containing a set of the digits 0 to 8, representing condemned skyscrapers throughout the grid. Right. There is exactly 1 condemned skyscraper in every row, column, and box. The height of a condemned skyscraper is considered to be a 0. A skyscraper with a height of 0 is never visible to a clue outside the grid. Okay. Let's start from the end. A skyscraper with a height of 0 is never visible, right? Because we can have 0 without it being a condemned skyscraper. So if that's 0 here, and then we had the 1, looking from here, we're only seeing 1, which makes sense. This is, it's raised to the ground, so you don't see it. Okay, and if if we're looking from this side, and the 8 was a condemned skyscraper, then its value would be 0, and we would still be seeing the 1 behind it, and whatever else we put there. Okay. And the set of skyscrapers, which we have 1 in every row, column, and only 1, and box, is a disjoint set of the digits 0 to 8, which means that if this is a condemned skyscraper, no other condemned skyscraper could be on a digit 8, right? On an 8 floors skyscraper, I should say, to keep with the theme of the puzzle. So if this one is condemned, this one can't be condemned, for instance. Okay. Heights of skyscrapers connected with a white dot by a white dot must be consecutive, and the height of one skyscraper on a black dot must be equal to 2 times the height of the other skyscraper on that dot. Not all possible dots are given. That's important. Okay. That's it. Right. Before we start thinking about it, before I start thinking about it, a sip of cold tea. We're having our second summer in the Netherlands. Now reset the time and let's see what we can do with this. Right. First thing to consider is, what does it change, the fact that we are 0 to 8 and not 1 to 9 with those Kropki dots, the double one? Because 9 was never part of this, right? Because 9 would need 18 or 4.5. As in a normal Sudoku, it wouldn't be part of it. So we still have 1, 2. Forget about this one. We're just now. So we can still have 1, 2. We can have 2, 4, and 4, 8. We can have 3, 6. But we can have 0 with any other digit if that digit is a condemned skyscraper, right? Because 0 times 2 is 0, so that should work. At least that's how I understand it. So we could have here 0 and, well, not both of them, of course. 0 and 5. Usually we can't have 5 on these, but now we can, because 0 and 5 would work, right? This would be condemned 0 plus 0. I think that would work. Yeah. Okay. Does that make a difference here, though? Because we can't have 3, 6 here, because if we have 3, 6, this would have to be 6 or 3 again. That doesn't work. But we can't have the 0 either, because 0, we can have 1, 0, one condemned skyscraper, and what we do with the third one. We can't have 2 condemned skyscrapers in the same row or box in this case as well, and we can't have 2 zeros. Okay, so this would have to be from 1, 2, 4, and 8, right? This one isn't 8. I don't know if that makes a difference. Okay, but okay, this can't be 1 or 8 either. So this is something as in 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 8. That's it. It has to be one of those, right? So we definitely have 2 and 4 here. Does that help? Does that make a difference? Or this 4? Can I have the 8 here? I can, as long as it's condemned, right? Because if it's not condemned, then this is going to block everything behind it. And then the maximum we can see is 3. And this is 4. So if that turns out to be 8, it has to be a condemned skyscraper. Okay, fine, nice, but there's nothing here that says that this has to be condemned, is there? Or this has to be 8. Doesn't look like it. I'm not sure I can go further with this. There are 2 1s, and that could be interesting. Because if we forget about the condemned, if we forget about the condemned, what can we have? Well, even if we don't have a condemned, we can have, well, let's look here. To C1, this could be 8, right? If this one is an 8, then that's it. You see the 8 and you don't see everything behind it. But as well, this could be 0 and this could be 8. Sure, forget about the black dot in between. That doesn't work for now, but this would work too, right? And this could be any digit. So 4 for this, from this matter, for instance. If it's condemned, then that would work as well. Though that still wouldn't work for the Kropki dot, right? Because we do have to take the actual value, not. So yeah. All right. I'm not sure if I got far. Well, okay, we can have a look here. This can't be 8, right? Because, well, we already have an 8. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. I'm trying to figure out, can I now say that one of those have to be condemned? No, because this could be a 0 and this could be an 8 and that would work. All I know is that one of these is an 8, right? Is that correct? Is that correct? Looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like it. But I can't tell which one is which, can I? No, I don't think so. Right. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, if this turns out to be the 8, then it's great because I would know that I would have the 0 here and the condemned skyscraper in box number 9. But I don't think that I can tell yet. If it's this one, then this could be either or, a 0 or okay, we're not getting. What about this one? What about this one? This is interesting. This has to be 0, 0, doesn't it? Because we have the same issue, right? One of those is an 8. But if that's an 8, this would have to be 0. Either it's 0 or it's a condemned skyscraper. In both cases, the height is 0, and 8 is not 2 times 0. So, but this doesn't work as an 8. Ah, that's very interesting. This is going to be a 7, isn't it? Oh well, I can do the same here. I'm a bit silly. Well, I haven't gotten wrapped my head around it yet. Yeah, the same applies here. If 8 is the condemned one, then this could be 7, right? So either of these could be 7s. Well, here we can't have an 8, unfortunately. But it's the same as what we're gonna have here. So this is not actually true as well. Well, I'll come back to it to think about it. But here we can't have an 8. So it has to be a 7, and then one of those is going to be an 8 and a 0. And the 8 is condemned. We'll use a color for the condemned. What's a good color for condemned skyscrapers? Red. So we already know that we have a condemned skyscraper here, and it was a 8-story tall skyscraper. So both of these can't be condemned anymore. Okay, so now it doesn't work anymore. Now my 8s were correct. Again, puzzle Patzer luck strikes again. If I ever do, well, I mean I will, but I won't sell it. A T-shirt and say puzzle Patzer luck. Nobody would understand what's that, what's going on. But, what's this? It is 8, right? Because now I can't have 8. I can't have the same construction here. And if I can't have the same construction here, then what I had was correct. Right. Doesn't help me though. It's still, I don't know which one is the 8. Right. Okay. Didn't get far. Well, this 8 is interesting. How is that going to work? How is that going to work? Because that means that the 8, now that we know that the 8 is not the 8 is not a 0, it has to be one of those, doesn't it? Because if we put the 8 here and it's not a 0, it's already blocked 2 behind it, and we can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has to be one of those. This one can't be an 8, so that's an 8. Just let me think about it for a second. Am I missing something? No, 8 can't be 0 anymore, so yeah, no. Okay, so it is 8. Which means that this one isn't. And this becomes a 1, 2, 4. And it means that that's a 2, and these aren't. Okay. How does that work? How does that work? I mean, this 8 is the end, right? So one of those would have to be hidden. Okay. But it can't be, well, no. Yeah. Can this one be 4? If this is 4, this one is 4. Even if it is condemned, we would get 2, 1. And whatever we put here, we can only see 3 then, because the 1 would be hidden behind the 2. And that wouldn't work. And if the 4 isn't condemned, then it's hiding the 2 and the 1, which is even worse, right? So this has to be 1, and this has to be 4. And now we see 1, 2, 3, 4. But I still don't know what that is. I was going to say this has to be 3, but that's complete and utter nonsense, isn't it? Because this could be condemned, right? Right. But maybe I know more about these now, because they're not 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, not because we've used 3, but because if 3 requires the 2 or the 4, right? So 5, 6, 7 work. Oh, it has to be 5, 6, 7 because we can't have 8. Interesting. It's 5, 6, 7. Hold on. Did I mess it? I'm gonna put in 5, 6, 7, but I didn't take the 0 into consideration. But yeah, all right. The 1 and 2 are gone, so we can't have 0. We can't have 0, so it has to be 5, 6, 7, and these would have to be 0, 9. And we still don't know where the... Well, no, we don't. If this one is 9, then it has to be... But there is no 9. First time. Somebody keep count, please. 0 and 3. All right, both of them are less than the 4, so we don't know. Okay, let's look from this side. How would that work? How would that work? Well, this one is 6 in any case, because otherwise this doesn't work. So this is not 5, 6, 7. Well, I mean, it is 5, 6, 7, but no matter how you write it, 6 is in the middle. Right, so now the question is, can I have 5 here? I can't have 5 here, because I only need 2 from this side, from the 2 going right. So if this is 5, 5, 6, 7, and even if one of those 6, 7 is condemned, or the 5 for that matter, we still have 3, right? So 5, 6, 8, or whatever it is, that doesn't work. So this has to be 7, and this has to be 5, and that doesn't buy me any. And this works no matter where the condemned digit is. Interesting. And I know that, do I? Yeah, one of those can't be condemned, but this one can, because this could be 1, 2, 0, 3, 8, and that would work. And here, any of those could be condemned and it would work. Wow. Okay, that really didn't get me far. Well, I mean, I got some digits. I shouldn't complain, I think. Okay, a sip of tea. I know that I have an 8 here now. I don't know if that helps. I do need... No, do I? I don't. I was going to say I need a 7 here, but I don't. 7 could be at the beginning and then could be condemned, and then it doesn't matter, right? Do I know? No, I don't know anything, do I, about this column? Then if there was no condemned, then I don't know how we would do it then, but even without a condemned. No, without... hold on. I have a 0 and a condemned that I have to fit in. That doesn't work. So the 0 has to be condemned here, right? Yeah. I mean, of course, I'm slow because we need to see 8, right? We have 9 digits. There's already a 0, a natural 0, which we can't see. So we have to see all of the others to get 8. So if the 0 isn't the condemned skyscraper here, then we would lose 2 digits and we would be left with 7, and we'd only be able to see 7 skyscrapers. So it has to be 0. It can't be 7. So one of those have to be 7. Right? Yeah. One of these have to be 7. But I can do the same with 6 and all. I mean, I can't have 6 here, for instance, right? Because even if we put the 0 behind it, so 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, 6, I still need to put the 5 behind it, and that doesn't work. So this would have to be 6. Bear with me. This is terrible, terrible pencil marking, but this would have to be 5. This would have to be 4, 3, 2, and 1, right? Does that make sense? Am I missing something? Probably. But no, because they all have to be in order, interspaced with the 0 that's condemned. So that's the only way of putting them in order, putting 7 digits in 8 squares in order. They have to be like this. Okay. Okay. But that means that this one can't be 2, right? So this one has to be 2. Then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and this is 1, 0 with the 0 here. So now I have 8 and 0 already. Did that make sense? It looks like it. So from this side, I see the 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like these are 8, right? It's no. It doesn't matter if the 0 is behind the 1 or in front of it. Doesn't make any difference. Okay. Ah, but I do need. No, I don't. No, I don't. Well, hold on. Hold on. I do. Ah, this has to be the 0, right? Because here I needed either a 0 or a condemned digit, right? Well, no, I can have both still, but yeah, if this is an 8, well, of course, if this is an 8, then it's out. You know, we have the 0 and the condemned. But if that's an 8, this one is either condemned, which means that this one couldn't be condemned, or 0, which means that this one couldn't be 0, and it is the condemned anyway. Right. Okay. Right. So actually, we know it all. Oh, everything. Every single part of it. That deserves a sip of tea. What about this one? What about this one? It's not 3, 6. Oh, hold on. This needs a 0 again, doesn't it? Because this can't be 3, 6. But it can't be 2, 4. Well, it can't be 2, 4. And it can't be 4, 8 either. And it can't be 1, 2. So it has to be 0 plus something. We don't know what, but 0 plus something. And this one has to be condemned as well. Right. Did that help me? Doesn't look like it. Okay, where haven't I looked yet? Haven't looked here. I know. No, I don't. I don't. I was going to do the same mistake again and say I know that the condemned is after the 8. No, this could be 0, 8 still. So what do I know? I have no idea. I definitely don't see this 1. The 8 is here somewhere and it's not condemned. So we have to arrange them in some way, the digits, these digits, to only see 4. There must be, I mean, maybe not hundreds, but tens of possibilities. I don't feel like doing. I don't even know how to start with that calculation because there are lots of options. In any case, I don't think I know yet. I really don't. So this one is either 6, 7, 8, or the 6 will have to be condemned, which is still a possibility, isn't it? Right. Doesn't matter anyway, right? Hold on. The 8 is condemned here, isn't it? But if it's an 8 here and it's condemned, how do we get 3? That doesn't work, does it? Because if the 8 is here, we've already gotten our condemned skyscraper in column number 2. So the 6 can't be condemned, but we can only see the 7 after it if the 8 is here is condemned. So this one isn't condemned. And this one is. And this is actually the 8. And this is 1. 1, 0. Okay. This one has to be 8 just by Sudoku. I don't know. That doesn't look like it helps. Okay. Right. Okay, that didn't really resolve this one, right? Can I still have 7 and 8? I can. If I put 7 and 8 here, I can have anything other than the 6 still as the condemned skyscraper here, yes. Yeah, looks like it. It looks like it. So what am I supposed to do next? What am I supposed to do next? I'm not sure. Is that interesting? You know, what can we have here? This one can't be 9, right? Because it would need some of those. So this could be 4, 3, 2, but that doesn't work. So this would have to be, can't have 3. Can't have 3. So this would have to be 0, 1, 2, doesn't it? That's interesting. Am I missing something here? Doesn't have to be 0, 1, 2 though. We only have to have the 1 and 2, but the 0 could be either the natural 0 or a condemned skyscraper, doesn't it? So all I know is that I need a 1 and a 2 here. Okay, but this has to be 1, no matter how we do this, right? So it's 0, 1, 2 or 0, 1, 2, whether the zeros are natural or... hold on. No, we don't need... We're still gonna need the 1, but actually we don't need 0, 1, 2. We can have 0, 1, 0, and one of the zeros is natural and the other is condemned, which luckily for me, this didn't work here. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to be too harsh on myself. I knew that the 1 was gone, so I didn't even consider it, but yeah. Right, but in any case, this is 1. There's no way around it, right? We can't have 0 here with 2 1s, so... Okay. Did that help me, though? Well, now I know that one of these is condemned. No, I don't. I can still have 2. It's only if this one ends up being a 2 for some reason, then this one would have to be condemned, right? But I don't know that. Can this one be 2? Yeah, I think so. I feel like I'm missing something here. I am missing something here. Oh, neither of these can be 0. I didn't even look at that. Neither of these could be 0. So this is 1 is 2 and 1 is condemned. Okay. Good to know. Not sure if it matters, but good to know. Good to know. Right. One of these is condemned. It means that one of these would have to be condemned, right? These couldn't be condemned. Oh no, this one could. I shouldn't exaggerate. One of those is 2. I don't see how that helps yet. Okay. How am I supposed to continue? How am I? Is it really this 4? The 4 looks like it's the least, and it's halfway between. It's not. Well, I mean, is it? It is halfway between 0 and 8, isn't it? I'm now completely confused. And usually it's the 5 to the between the 9 and the 1, so it has to be 4. I don't know why I'm confused, but I can't count. Not sure. Really, not sure what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna pencil mark a bit of the obvious things just to see if that matters. To see if that matters. Can I have a 7 here? Yeah. Fifth. It has to be with a 6, but I don't see why that wouldn't work. Right. Okay, I do need a 0 here, which means that I need a 0 there. Do need a 0 there. A 2. This all seems useless. And I have a 2 here. It's going to be a 2, 3 then. Seems plausible. Oh, hold on. I do need the 2 here. Obligatory. I didn't see this 2. Right, so this is a 2, 3 then, right? So if I have a 2, I can't have a 1, 2. The what's it called? Condemned status doesn't help me, because even if the 2 becomes a 0, then we need a 1. That doesn't work, right? So this has to be a 2, 3. This has to be a 2, 3. Can I have a 2, 3 though? Could it be 2, 3? None of those can be condemned, right? We know that now. Because if one of these is condemned, the other one has to be 1. I don't know. I say we know that now. We probably knew it for a long, long time, but I didn't look at it. So if this is 2, 3, then we already see 2, right? And then there's the 8 that can't be condemned. So we definitely see the 8. So that's 3, right? So we can only see 1 more. Okay, but that's still possible, right? As long as we put the 6 here, for instance, and the 7 after the 8. It has to be condemned then, but that's possible. Okay. So it is possible. Right. I do need an 8 here. And there. Not sure how all of that. Did I put 9s somewhere? I still have keep in my head that I need 9s. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, what am I still missing in column number 3? It looks quite full. Still need a 0, but I know that it's here. Right. What else? Oh, the 3. Right, because I needed the 3 here, so this becomes a 3. That helps. That helps. Okay, so this becomes 0, um 046, right? This becomes a 046. Okay, so the 6 is still plausible. Do we need the 6? I would say no. I don't know why I would say no, but because this could be 3-2, right? And 3-2 could have this still as 0 or as a 4, because we have enough space to put a 6 still, or even a 7 then, if needed, right? Maybe that's not it. Maybe that's not it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. One of these is condemned. And it's not the 0. So wherever we put the 0 is not the condemned digit. But does that help me? Not yet, I think. Not yet, I think. It's a bit vexing that this never worked. So this still can have 6, 7, 8, right? Yeah, it can. Right. I do need a 5 here. All of that doesn't seem... Let's see, I got 5s. Ah, that's 8, 7. Of course, that helps, doesn't it? And this becomes 1, 5. Right, yeah, that helps, because now I know where the 5 is, at least. And this becomes a 1. Okay, that's getting somewhere. That's a 6, and there is no 9. 6, 4. Okay. 6, 4. Right. Which means that I was still missing 0, 2, 3 here. Okay, that's less useful, I think. Ah. No, it's not. I can still have a 2 here. So it's not that useful. What am I missing here besides the 2, 3? Well, 4. Can this be 4? Yes, as long as it's condemned digit. So, yeah. The 6 didn't help there because it would work without actually guessing where the condemned digit is. Right. Enough moaning. Let's see what we can do. So what could this be? Could it be 3, 4? Looks like it, right? And after that, it could be anything all the way to 7, couldn't it? I don't see any restrictions here. Interesting. Interesting. Of course, if that's 7, 8, which apparently it is, and I know exactly what those are. I don't know if that's very useful, but that's 5, 6, and 9. No, it's not 5, 6, and 0. I was joking, but yeah. All right. Oh, that helps. Ah, that becomes a 0. That becomes from 2, 3 something. Okay. That becomes a 0. Well, one of those is 5, but again, that can't eliminate it there, because if that's 5, then I would know where that it's condemned, but I can't eliminate it, right? Can't eliminate 2 yet anywhere. Okay, that's have to look somewhere else, I guess. I have to look somewhere else. How though? What am I missing? What do I have here? I have 4, 6, and 1. So I'm missing 1, 4, 6. Well, I'm missing 0 and 1. Oh, that's 0, 1. Ah, that's interesting. That's 0, 1. So now I know that 1 is the condemned digit here. Okay, and that's from 4, 6. Right, so I can't condemn a 1 anymore. How does that help? I don't know. How does that help me? I don't see it. Right. Right. I thought this was going to help. It did not. It did not. 4, 6 still not resolved. Right. What do I need here? I'm missing still something from 4, 6. Yeah, 2, 7. It all works, doesn't it? Still. Right. It all still works. Ah. No. Ah. I was thinking, oh, we can't have put 4 there, but we can't put 4 here, so that's the end of that thought. More tea. It's so hot here. It's not normal. It is not normal. But I do need the 2 here. Right? I do need the 2 in one of those. How does that help me? As in, one of those is 4 or 5 or whatever it is, if I have anything else. Well, I do have the 3 still. Right. Oh no, I don't have 3. This is 4, 5, 2. But there is 2 somewhere here. So this is from 4, 5. Not sure how that works. I mean, how that helps. This is 4, 5. This is 2, 4, 5. And this is 2, 4, 5 as well. No, this one doesn't have 5. This is 2, 4. It's still not exactly useful, is it? Not really. You do need a 1 here. The heat is killing me. Well, it's not an excuse, but it's I mean, it's an excuse, but that's not what I meant. It's really hot. I should move the computer downstairs to the garage in the summer. That's a lot more acceptable temperature. Right. I'll have to do the rounds again and see what I'm missing. There's this one, and I said it's either 0. Can I still have 0? I can, unfortunately. Oh, right, but I can't have. Oh, this has to be 8 now, because I can't. Yeah, I can. I'm starting to hallucinate. I can have 0 and the condemned skyscraper still here, so I still don't know that. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. And I can still have 7, 6 here. Apparently I can. Again, unfortunately. Because if I could eliminate 7, 6 from there, then this becomes a 7. But I don't see how I could yet. Am I missing something with this 4? Am I missing something with this 4? Or actually, probably a better question is, am I missing something here? Unfortunately not, because still, why am I considering that the 6 could be condemned? It can't, because then this wouldn't work. This works because this is a 6. So this has to be 7, 8, right? Is there any other way? Yeah, no, there is no other way. This has to be 7, 8. Because if this is 8, then this is between the 6 and the 8, and that's it. We can't have the 8 can't be the condemned, and the 6 can't, because otherwise this doesn't work anymore. It's that simple, and I'm that stupid. So, and now that this is a 7, then this is definitely the 8, because this would have to be the condemned 7, right? This becomes an 8, and this becomes the other 7. Correct. Okay. Okay. Did that help me? Do I know more now? Well, I know that that's 7 and that's 2. That's all useful. Did I get all the 7s? Not yet. This would have to be 7, right? Yeah, so this is actually a 6. So, okay, that's very interesting. Because now this is 0 and 4. And I think I can't have 2, 3, 4 anymore. Well, I know that do I know that? Yeah, because even if this is 2, 3, even if the 4 is the condemned digit here, what am I supposed to put here? Because I can't put 0. Whatever I put, I will be able to see it. And then I will have 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not 2, 3. I will see the 2, 3, but these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so this now can't be 2, 3 anymore. It has to be 3, 2. Right, which means now I see 1, 2, because this can't be condemned, and 3. And now I can only see 1. Yeah, okay. That means that this could still be 4. I don't know. Right. But I do know now that this is 2 and this is 4, 3. So this is 3 and this is 4. Okay. Did that help me? Did that help me? I don't know. That's 1, 4. And here I need a 6. Oops. Oh no, I don't need a 6. I need a 2, 5. Oof. Oof. Okay. Right, so now I know that the 4 can't be a condemned skyscraper anymore. Does that mean that this one can't be 4? If this is 4, then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 already. And there's nothing I can put here that can be hidden behind that 4, right? So I'd see the 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, and here I can't put 1, 2, or 3, right? So this is now 0. So now I see 1, 2, 3. This would have to be, well, 4 or 5. Yeah, both of them are 4 or 5. Okay, but that one is 5 and that one is 4. Right. Right. Okay, and this one is by Sudoku is the condemned digit in box number 7, right? Because of these. But it can't be 4 because we already have 1. So this one has to be 6. And that's a 4. Right. Right. And then, do I have everything now? Well, I think I have all the skyscraper clues, right? Yeah. So now I have to solve the rest somehow. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. 1. What else? We have all the 2s. That's something. Do we have all the 3s? No. One of those is a 3. No, actually, this one's the 3. Not one of them. One of these is a 3. Right. 4. 4. One of these is a 4. Right. 5. That one isn't a 5 anymore. I don't know if that helps. Well, short answer is it doesn't, but okay. Where's 5 here? It has to be there. So this becomes a 5. Now that helps. Maybe. I don't have all the 5s yet, though. So this is an 858, and I'm left with 3 here, right? So that's useful. 6 has to be here, which means that that's a 6, that's a 4, 6 and 0. This becomes a 4 as well. And I'm missing, what am I missing here? Oh, I'm missing a 0, 1? No, I am. So hopefully I'll be able to solve that with condemned skyscraper. Otherwise I've messed up. Right here I'm missing a 1 and a 6, so that's a 6, that's a 1, and here a 0 and a 2, so that's a 2 and that's a 0. 1, 4, 0, 3. Right. So one of those is a condemned skyscraper. It has to be. It can't be 0 because we already have 0, so it's this one. Now we've used the 2. We need 1 here. It's a 3 or 1. The 1 is already gone, so it has to be the 3. Now we need one of those. 6 is gone, so it's the 5, which means that it's not that, it's this one, and that's the 1. Right. Oh, I was going to say moment of truth, but no, not yet. It is now, though. Moment of truth. Yay! That's actually quite nice. I mean, I found it a bit tricky at times, but only because I couldn't spot things. Like putting 6 in the middle here, and there were multiples, and not just that putting 6. That 6 couldn't be a condemned skyscraper. But excellent, really liked it. I hope that you did as well. If you did, please like and subscribe. Maybe share, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.